As you begin to find that breath, notice the expansion and contraction of your lungs. The sensation in your nose. And then for the next couple of minutes, let's manipulate your breath and turn it into a yogic breath. Begin with an exhale, pulling your belly back, 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 pressing all the air out, and then just relaxing your belly so you can fill it from the bottom of your lungs to the top of your lungs with a nice, big, beautiful yogic breath and a nice, slow exhale. Releasing the chest, letting it deflate, and then the belly, and then that little bit of pull back against your spine to expel what little air is left in there, and then relax the belly. Let the lungs fill from the bottom. As you feel the lungs begin to fill, that same breath is going to come up and fill the upper breath. So instead of taking 2 inhales, you're going to take a big inhale into the lower lungs, bring that up to the chest, up to the mid lungs, upper lungs, and then let it all go. At your own pace, 3 or 4 more big, beautiful yogic breaths. As you complete the breath you're on, take a moment to set an intention. And then come on back. Open your eyes, bring yourself up to a nice tall seat again, and we'll start with our side body stretches. So just bringing your hands down to your side and lengthening, and then reaching up with your hand. Reach up with that right hand. This would be my left. So reach up until your fingertips are reaching up, and then the full breath in and take it over. As you begin to stretch your side body, just take your arms straight and lengthen the side. Pause for just a second here, and then do it again. Inhale, reach a little longer. Exhale, come over just a little bit further. You've got 1 more breath on this side. You're going to inhale and reach. Exhale, float it down just a little. And come all the way back up. Same thing on the other side. Breath in and breath out. And then line up that body. Nice straight side body. Reach through your fingers. And we'll do 2 more breaths. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come over. And 1 more. Breathe in, exhale. Oh, hold it for a second. And then as you come back up, we'll start again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take it over. This time you're going to roll open. So the shoulder's going to go back. The gaze will go up. Breathe in. Exhale. 1 more time. Breath in. Exhale. Oh, let it open. Stay there for just another breath. And then come up. We'll do this last side here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, over. Keep that long, straight side and then open up. Shoulder comes back, gaze goes up. Breathe in, exhale. And again. And then pause for a minute, let things open, and come all the way back up. Reach your hands out wide, take a nice big stretch, breathe in, and then take your left hand to your right knee. And just exhale. And then inhale, lengthen. Twist deeper, exhale. Last one. And then back. Take your full breath in as you stretch your arms wide, twist to the opposite side, all the way around, and then exhale. 2 more breaths as you lengthen with the inhale, twist, exhale. 1 more. Moving back to center, stretching up nice and long and folding straight. Right, as you bring your head and your back into a long straight line, your hands come out in front of you and you just reach long and fold. Pull the belly back towards the spine, keep the back long, and stretch your hips. Take another breath here and fold a little deeper. And come on back. You're going to switch your fold, right? Whatever leg was in front is going to come in the back. You're going to do it again. Just reach up and stretch and fold and let your hips just open. Whatever leg's in front gets a little deeper stretch. Come on up. Tuck your feet underneath. We're going to come right into tabletop so we can do some cat-cows, right? So as you come into your tabletop, look down at your hands, spread your fingers wide, and press the floor away. Feel your hands connect. And then connect those hands pressed into the floor to the rest of your body, through the wrists, elbows, shoulders. Slide them back. Hips back, crown forward, press away again. Just get strong. Feel the tops of your feet on the floor, your knees, your shins. 1 more breath here, and then we'll start some cat-cow. Inhale, lift your head up, lift your hips up, release your belly. And then exhale. Use that core. Pull your belly up towards the ceiling. Look back at your legs. Take a good stretch here. And then keep going. Inhale up. And exhale. As you continue to move at your own pace using your breath, make it fluid and nice. Fill up all the way and then use the full exhale. Take it all the way to empty. When you're ready, we're going to come back to the neutral spot and do your hips. Once again, lengthen your spine and then drop your hips down, take them over to one side, forward and to the other side. And with this, you're going to use your breath too, just breathing in and breathing out. One more time around. And then as you come to your heels, reverse it. Go the opposite direction for a time or two. We'll do at least 5 circles. And then come back to neutral, right? Square up that table. And then we're going to do a little bit different one here. As you square up, I want you to think about coming in all directions. So we're going to reach your rib cage out to the left and then drop your belly down. Reach your rib cage out to the right. Arch your back and come through cat. Take your left ribs out to the side. Drop your belly down into cow. Bring your ribs out to the right. Bring your back up nice and tall. And then again, keep going. The ribs go out, the belly drops down, the ribs go out, the belly or the back arches, right? Take a couple more like that. And as you come into a nice little cow here, let's reverse it. Take your ribs out to the left, up and over to the right, and down and around. And then come back to tabletop. Take your knees out wide. Take your toes to touch. Take a child's pose for a moment. As you let yourself drop back, make sure the third eye is connected, right? Your head's going to come down. Your belly and back are long. Stack your hands if you need to. Put a book under your head. Find something. If you have blocks at home, great. But just pause and breathe. Making your way back up. As you press out of child's pose, we're going to come back into that big, strong table. Push the floor away. Spread your fingers wide. And we'll go from here into downward facing dog and just stretch out for a second. So curl your toes under, press up. Take this time for the heel stretches. One heel down and the other heel down. Now do both heels down, lift those hips nice and high towards the ceiling. So as your heels go down and your sits bones go up, you get a deep stretch in those legs. And then lift your heels up, bring them over to the left, drop them down. Bring them up, take them to the center, both go down. Bring them up, take them both over to the right, drop them down. Come back, exhale down, hips up. One last stretch. And right into your first plank. Bring your heels towards the back of your mat, the crown towards the front. Push the floor away. Lengthen and tighten that torso. And then really work the shoulders. Let's do one more breath here. And then knees down, knees wide. As you go into this child's pose, we'll make it the active one. Hips onto your heels, forehead onto the floor. Walk your hands towards the top of the mat. Just keep going, going, going. Reach really long. Your elbows are straight, your arms are long, and then shift those hips down and back. Lengthen your back, lengthen your arms. Another breath. Inhale, walk your fingers forward, stretch back. And then both hands walk to the right. Keeping your forehead on the floor, reach through your left hand, drop your left hip back, and just get a big stretch on the left side. Walking your fingers back to the center for a nice long stretch there. Fingers walk forward, hips drop back, long spine, long arms. And then walk your hands to the left. As you walk your hands over there, the right hand just goes on top of the left. Reach through that left hand and press into your shin and drop your hip back. Get a good stretch all down the right side of your body. One more time back to the center. Long spine. Hands come into prayer. Hands come up over your head. Walk your elbows forward a little bit so that you feel the stretch in the back of your arms and into your shoulders. Stay for another big breath. Finish in the breath, back into tabletop, square it up, lengthen your back, take a nice pull up towards the ceiling with your belly, curl your toes under, your back into downward facing dog. Once you get your alignment, let's take just a moment to align your dog. With the shoulders rounded towards the floor, the arms are strong, the fingers spread. Lift and lengthen through the torso, and then drop your heels. Take one more breath there. And then we'll start with a little bit of core. So shift your weight to the right foot. You're going to take this left leg up towards the ceiling, and then empty your breath. As you exhale, the left knee's coming all the way to the left elbow. And then do it 2 more times. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way in. Tighten it up. And last time. Inhale, exhale and empty, tightening all the way. Take it all the way back up. Exhale your foot to the floor, pause in down dog, square it up. Shift your weight to the left foot, inhale the right up. Exhale, come all the way in. As you bring it in, you empty your breath, and you do 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale in. 1 more time. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Pause. Walk your feet forward. Take your soft and easy forward fold. Lengthen. Soften the knees. Round down. Release those shoulders. And the head and the neck. Bend your knees. Hands come on your thighs. Press up. Whew. Take a moment right here in your Tadasana. Once again, thinking about how you're going to ground yourself. From the toes to the heels, they sink in nice and tight. Close your eyes and just sense it for a moment. Reaching down, as you reach those feet towards the earth, gravity's just going to pull, and then you're going to just pull back. Thinking about your soles of your feet and your ankles and your calves, softening your knees a little bit, tightening of the thighs, hamstrings and belly. A shoulder roll, release of your hands and arms. Keeping your eyes closed for just a minute, breathe. Breathe a yogic breath and then another one. Bring your hands to your heart and open your eyes. Half sun salutes, 3 with just, I'll choose 1. Let's do the middle one for our arms. So inhale, reach up, take a nice big stretch up, and exhale your hands down right through the center. Keeping all that form just the way you need it. Fold a nice deep forward fold. Bring your hands to your shins. Scoot your hips back. Bring your crown forward. Stretch a little bit. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, take your arms wide enough. Lift your fingertips up and stretch. Press your hands together. Bring them right down to your heart. And do another one just like that. Inhale, reach up. Lift up. Exhale. Inhale to halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Lift up. Exhale to goddess arms. Keeping your arms even with your body for now, making sure that your upper arm is parallel to the floor. Now, take a full breath in. Exhale, bring those arms back, right? So you're bringing them back towards the back of your body, and you're just squeezing your shoulder blades together. Squeeze a little tighter. And then come forward and take an eagle arm. So one arm's going to cross under the other. You can wrap them as close around as you can. If you can't do it, your shoulders are fine. If they stay open a little bit, that's okay too. Find what works. Bring the elbows out away from your body, and then bring your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Bring your elbows back to neutral. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring them down. As you do that, you're going to just open up those shoulders, that space between your shoulder blades. Oh, take a breath. And then come back to neutral, back into goddess arms. Take a full breath in. Take them back. Squeeze them back. Squeeze them back. And come back, you're going to take your arms to the opposite way. So wherever you crossed them the first time, you're going to cross them opposite. And then the same thing. I think this is right for me. And elbows out, fingertips up. And bring them down. Elbows out, elbows down. And back. And take them up. Stretch right back to goddess. We've got one more here. As you squeeze back this time, those shoulder blades just squeeze together in the back. Squeeze them, hold them tight for one more breath. Lift and lengthen your belly. Tighten it while you're here. And then as we come forward, this time it's the square. Square. Grab opposite elbows, pull your elbows towards each other. Really tighten up those arms and then pull the square back. Tighten up your belly. Make sure you're nice and tall and your belly's tight and your arms are tight and you can really feel this muscle under your arm tighten up. Squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your arms. Take them in the opposite way. Align yourself again. Pull really tight. Pull them back, lift and tighten your belly. Make sure those underarm muscles, those serratus anteriors are nice and tight. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your hands up over your head and stretch. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath here. Step into the top of the mat. We'll take a full sun salute with a few extra things in there so that you get good warmed up and stretched. So inhale, reach up, take a big stretch. Lift your fingertips up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Gaze forward. Let's take your left leg back. Drop the left leg back, drop the left knee. Keep the left knee behind the left hip. Press into the right foot and come up. Your alignment is important here with this knee right over your ankle. Hips are square to the front, back is long and straight, right? And you're going to just bring your hands to this knee, take a breath in, and bring that knee forward. Your right knee is going to stretch towards the top of your mat, so you're stretching out your left hip. Take another breath up. Exhale the knee a little further. Let this hip open up, right? Your left psoas is just taking a nice big stretch right here. One more breath. And one more little scoot forward with the right knee. And then rocking back for your right hamstring stretch. That right heel can come forward, right? The back is lengthened and the hips are still square. Breathe in, folding at that right hip flexor for a big stretch. Keep in mind here that you want to lengthen your back and fold flat, right? The only thing that changes is the hip. The nose to the toes is your cue, or lead with your heart. Let's do one more breath in. And as you exhale this one, come a little further forward and bring your toes back, deepen the stretch. Last breath here. And then bring your foot back to the floor, hands back to the floor, left knee up, right foot back. We'll pause and plank for a big breath. Pushing the floor away, lengthening your body. 8-part bow here. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees, elbows, chin between your thumbs, belly on the floor, arms forward for that prone stretch. Bring your fingertips forward and your feet back. Breathe in, the forehead's going to come to the floor. As you get your forehead on the floor, do 2 expansive yogic breaths. Moving yourself into cobra with hands under shoulders, feet wide. Widen those feet, take a little stretch. And either rocking back on your knees or just flipping your toes over, downward facing dog. One more breath. Find all the finer places that you can make your dog better, from the fingertips to the toes. Shift your weight to the left. Take your right leg up and take your left leg forward. Take your left leg up and take your left foot forward. Drop your right knee. Align your left knee over your left ankle. Hips are straight. Come on up. Breathe in. Take your left knee forward. Stretch out your right hip. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, the knee comes further forward. The right hip stretches more. One more. Breath in and forward. And come on back. That left leg is long and this hamstrings your next focus. Lift up through the spine and fold at the hip. Again, bring your chin out or your nose out towards the toes and just get a good stretch. Square your hips to the mat so you're not twisted. And then let's do it again. Breathe in. Exhale, come down a little further. And this time your toes are going to come back for a little deeper stretch. One more breath. Lengthen. Inhale. Exhale. Whoa, stretch it out. And another 8-part bow. Hands down, right knee up, left leg back, pause for breath and plank. Heels go back, crown goes forward, press again. Big breath in, exhale, knees, elbow, chin, belly fulcrum. Expansive yogic breaths. And cobra when you're ready. Hands under your shoulders, feet wide. Press up and rock up. Come on up, back, and stay in your down dog for 2 breaths. Notice everything about it. Fingertips, wrists, elbows, shoulders. Your head comes down, your belly lengthens, hips drop back. One more breath. Walk your feet forward, forward fold. Make this one a little stronger. Those of you with a little back issues, be careful. You can keep your knees bent. You can bend any way you like. If you want to bring your head way forward and fold, cross your arms behind your legs. Inhale, reach up. Lift up and exhale. Ooh. Take a little breath. We'll go right into the warrior series. So let's start with the left leg back. Work the right leg first. Knee over ankle and then open it. Feel your stretch. You want to feel some stretch in this thigh as you use that inner quad to push out. Push the left leg straight and long, and then drop the left hip in, straighten through your back. Bring your arms up over your head. Open up and gaze to the right. Reach through those fingertips. Think about what's at the end of your right middle finger while you take 2 yogic breaths right here. Right hand up, left hand down, 2 breaths in exalted warrior. Sink it down, reach up. Now, as you inhale, reach a little further. Exhale your left hand down. Do that one more time. Warrior two for a breath. Windmill your hands to your right foot. Take your right foot back to meet your left. Take a nice plank. Now, you guys are plenty warmed up, but you have a choice here of either doing a chaturanga up dog or an 8-part bow. We'll do the 8-part bow, skipping the full prone. So lengthen out, breathe in. Exhale, knees, elbows, chin, belly, cobra with wide legs, downward facing dog. And reach back with your left leg, tuck your left leg forward. As you come up, you're gonna come into your warrior on the other side. Sink it down, straighten it up, lift and lengthen, and just feel all the places you can open and bring in some good fresh space. And then lift up, open up, and take a nice down, or warrior two. Gaze left over your left middle finger. Breathe in and out for 2 breaths. Exalted warrior for 2 breaths. Lift up. Let that right hand go down. Warrior two. Windmill your hands. One more flow here. Left foot comes back to meet the right. Your choice. Lengthen and be strong. And then 8-part bow, which is what I'll do. Chaturanga up dog if that's in your practice. Breath in. Exhale, knees, elbow, chin. All the way down, wide legs, press up, cobra. Downward facing dog for 2 breaths. Walk your feet forward, take a forward fold. Inhale, reach up, come all the way up. Reach up, exhale. Breathe, just take a breath. Let your feet sink in. Look down there and notice if you've got that perfect Tadasana space between your feet. Spread your toes, sink the soles of your feet into your mat. Pause here for a balance. Let's pause for tree. I want you to think about the same idea of your tree just being so firmly rooted into the floor, starting on your right foot with the toes spread and that foot in. And as you put some pressure on that foot, soften your right knee and lengthen up. Take whatever tree it is that you're going to do, right? As you lift up and externally rotate that left knee, you can take your leg up all the way if that's your practice. It can come to your calf. It's a nice little sort of shelf for your foot, or take it to the floor. As long as the rest of your body can stay in alignment. Hips even, side to side, and back and forth, right? Bring your hands to your heart and your eyes to your drishti. Keep your hands here. Take a couple of breaths and see if you don't just feel that steadiness, that firm connection to your body. The stability of the pose. And then from here, if you want to bring your hands up, you can. Lifting and stretching through the fingertips and then shifting the shoulders back down. The other option is to leave them right at your heart and just breathe. Feel your steadiness and feel the ease with which you can be here. And then hands down. Foot down, you're back into that strong sensation of being grounded. And shift. As your weight comes onto the left foot, take your tree, however the tree is going to work best for you. Once you're there, pause. Notice all the places that connect you to the ground. Take one more breath, and then go further if you'd like. And hands to your heart, knee to the front, back to that connection. One last breath here. From here, let's take a nice wide stance. Feet come wide on the mat. Lengthen up, forward fold. So bringing your hands to those creases in your hips, just lift up, come forward. Only let that space fold. Hands to the floor, long spine. As you lengthen by bringing your crown forward and your hips back, the breath into your back body here. Just 2 or 3 breaths so that you feel your lungs expand across the back, between your shoulders and down and up, around, just fill. One more. Walk your hands forward. Shift your hips back. Drop your head between your arms. Press your hips back. Lengthen your back. Take a big stretch here. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press the floor away. Shift your hips back. Reach way forward with your crown and then fold. Working the crown of your head towards the floor. You can slide those feet out a little bit, lengthen your spine, that helps a lot. The longer you're stretching the back, the closer your head will come. One more breath here. And then your hands come under your shoulders, heel toe in a bit so you can bend your knees and put your hands on your thighs. Take a breath in. And then a nice big exhale out. Bring your feet together. Take a little moment right here. And then we're going to take a wide stance again and go into a side angle. So you're starting once more with warrior. So you're going to turn that right foot out and bend your right knee. Right? Straighten the body, bring your hands up, take a nice big breath in, and come right down, and go right. Let's come right into a side angle. So reaching over, arm down, left hand straight up. Take a little bit of stretch, bring the left shoulder back to be even with your left hip. Your left hip should be even with your left ankle. One more breath here, breath in, widen. Wide, and then over. Reach through your fingertips, press through your foot, drop your hip down a little bit. The hip will come down if the knee comes forward. And then you've got that straight line from which you can reach through your fingers and press through your foot to feel that little space of energy, right? Some real energetic space. One more breath. Reach and press. Now we're going to just straighten your right knee. Bring your hand down and your left hand up, and you're going to come into a nice little triangle here. Bring your right toes out to the right, bring your left heel back towards the bottom of your mat to open up a little deeper and with a nice softening through the sacrum so you don't twist there. And then right back. Let's bring your right hand up in your warrior and your flow. Hands in windmill to the right foot comes back to meet the left. And there you have it. You can start in this plank and you can go from there. Chaturanga, 8-part bow, doesn't matter. You can just slip right past it all and come right back into downward facing dog. There's also a child's pose available to any and all of you. After you've had a breath or two in down dog, walk your feet up to your hands. We're coming back up. Inhale, reach, come all the way up. Lift your hands to the ceiling. Exhale your hands to your heart. Let's do another posture of another balancing posture. We'll do a little dancer here. Right? Same thing. We'll start with the right. Soften the knee and strengthen that leg. Slide your hand down that left leg, bring your hand around and grab your foot. If you have a wall and you need it, use it. Bring your knees together. Find the grip that works for you. Remember, you can go to the outside of your foot or the inside. But the most important part is that the knees are together. The wall's available, or you just bring your right hand straight up. Begin to push your left foot into your hand and rise. Push it back and lift. Push it back and lift. And as you come forward, your hips stay even. Keep those hips square to the floor and open up as far as your dancer's gonna let you. Pause for breath. And then when you're ready, you can just come back down, right? Just make it that graceful exit of coming down, the knees, the foot, the hands. And then go to the other side. The left foot's gonna secure its spot on the mat, and the right leg's gonna come up, and you're gonna come down. And then the same thing, as you grab a hold of that foot, bring your knees together. Find the grip that you want. Left hand comes up. And push and lift, push and lift. Exit gracefully. Hands to your heart, Tadasana. Taking that wide stance, turning the left foot, starting in a little warrior. Hands up and open. Take a nice wide stretch of those arms and side angle. Shoulder, hip, and ankle line up. Breathe in, take it over. Keep that hip down and stretch the side body and work the energy. Reach with the inhale, press with the exhale. Hand comes up, knee straightens. As you begin to come into your triangle, if you just turn your right foot back and open your left toes, you'll have that angle that works for a nice wide space in your seat. And come on up. Right through your warrior, right through your flow. Whichever it is that you're going to do, or nothing, we'll meet in down dog. Walking your feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, come on up. Exhale. And right leg back, high lunge. Right, we'll take this high lunge right into a pyramid. So as you bring that right leg back, square these hips up, drop your right heel, lift up. Bring your hands up and come forward. Lengthen your body and then bring your hands out to the side. Bring your hands back, palms up, work your triceps for a second. As you stretch open your shoulders and reach to your fingertips, you'll light up those arms. And back. Hands to your left thigh and press up. Begin to press that leg straight as you bring your body forward. Hands can come to the floor or not. Your blocks, your books, keep your knee bent if you need to. But the idea here is to shift your hips back. Right hip comes forward, left hip drops back a little bit. Spine lengthens, breathe in and come down further. If that's in your practice, right? Each time you breathe in, you can exhale and fold deeper. Bringing your forehead to your shin, ultimately. Bending the left knee, bringing your hands to your left thigh, pressing your body up, bringing your right foot up to meet your left. Shoulders back. Bringing your left leg back to stretch your right leg. So as you bring that back, square it up again. Right, drop that heel and bring your hands up. Bring your hands forward. So your hips was working again. You're going to come way forward, dropping your torso onto that thigh. Stretch. And out to the side. And to the back. Press through the fingertips so you feel your shoulders open and the triceps ignite. Come back, bring your hands and come up. Come forward and stretch as you straighten that right leg. Crown forward, just straighten the leg. Fold down. Again, if your hands don't come to the floor or your knee doesn't straighten, I don't care as long as you're working that hamstring into a stretchier place for you. Two or three breaths and you can get your forehead towards the shin. And then that right knee is going to bend again. You're going to press up with your hands on your thigh. You're going to bring your left foot up to meet your right. Tadasana. Pause here for a breath. So I want you to really work it. I want your Tadasana to be the soles fully pressed in and the body lengthen all the way to the top. Shoulders go back and just take a breath there. As you open your eyes, bring your hands to your heart. Take a nice forward fold. Bring one leg back and the other leg back until you're in a nice downward facing dog again. And we'll work this right into a pigeon. Shifting the weight to the right leg and taking your left leg up. Shake it out just till you kind of loosen up the hip a little bit. And then that leg's going to go all the way up. The knee's going to bend, the hips are going to open. The left hip stacking on top of the right. You can keep your shoulders square to the floor and take one more little opening there. Then the leg comes up, bend the knee, bring the knee, left knee into the left wrist.
Walk your right leg back. Maybe even turn back and look at it so that it goes straight back behind you. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders and press up. As you bring that right leg all the way back, your left hip will go closer to the floor. You can lift up onto your fingertips and take a back bend here. Breathe in and fold into your pigeon. So as you lengthen your back, your hands can come to the floor and then your forehead can. Once again, don't press past your spot, right? You've got a spot you're moving towards without taking it too deep, but taking it just a little deeper than you did the last time, perhaps. Your hips are even, your forehead's connected either on your hands, fists, block, and you're going to go from here into a long extended exhale. Inhale. And slowly exhale, so slowly while your mind continues to work on your left hip. Release the hip all the way through that exhale and then do that again. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Gently press yourself back up. Walk your hands back, maybe another low back bend here. And then back to downward facing dog. Hands are flat, curl your toes under, press up, down dog. Shift your weight to the left foot. Take your right leg up and shake it out and open it up. The right hip's going to stack on top of the left. And then kick it up. Take it way up and shift it all the way forward to the right wrist. Walk the left leg back. Make sure it's right behind you. Walk your hands up. Open up the front of your chest. Oh, a nice big stretch. And a nice long spine as you fold forward. Find the alignment. You want to make sure your hips are even side to side. So don't let, especially here, don't let your right hip drop. Put a prop under there if you need to. Your back is long. Your third eye connects. And your breath comes in for a full big breath. Exhale is the longest exhale you can manage all the time with your head on your hip, right? Use your breath and mind together to release that right hip. And hand under shoulders, pressing up for another stretch. Downward facing dog. One more breath. Make it a really pretty dog for a second. And then bring your knees down, take them wide, take a child's pose. Knees wide, toes touch, hips back. Bring your forehead to the floor, your hands are blocked. You know the drill. And just breathe for a moment. Just release and relax and center your body for 2 more breaths. Slowly and gently pressing out of your child's pose and into Dandasana, bringing those legs forward, and then scoot your heels forward, come up onto your sits bone, bring your hands down to the side, and press up, and just breathe. Once again, feel the backs of your legs connect, feel your hips connect, your hands, and then just work on your breath for one more breath. And then just rock onto your backs. Okay? From here, you're just going to come down. Bring your knees to your chest. Oh. Rock back and forth. Take your knees around one direction and then the other direction. And then a good squeeze. Bring your arms out, wrap them around those legs. Grab opposite elbows. Keep your feet from crossing, just squeeze down. One more squeeze here. Squeeze down. And then extend your left leg to the floor. Bring your right knee up to your right shoulder. Your object here is to bring the thigh into your abdominals and just press down. I want you to do that without feeling the pinch in your hip, and you can do that by bringing your hands down towards your ankle, and then just squeeze in. And then reverse. Bring your left knee up, wrap your arms around, your right leg can lengthen. Squeeze down onto those abs. And then both knees up again. So bring that right leg back up, rock back and forth, release your back. And then let's go from here with your hands between your legs. So you can grab your feet or your ankles, whatever is in reach for you, and a nice little wide stretch here. Bring your left foot in and just take your right out a little further. And switch. Let your right knee bend as you stretch out the left. And then one more time together. Take them out. Just let the inner thigh stretch. If you need to support your legs on the outside, you can. And then bring your feet together. As you bring your feet together, let your heels go towards the ceiling and your toes come towards you. You can reach up there and touch them if you want. If you pull down and reach those heels up, you'll feel the stretch in the back of your legs, a nice deep stretch. Drop your hips towards the floor, bring your toes down a little further, take 2 more breaths. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Reach for the outside of your feet. Take a nice big breath and bring the feet towards you. Lengthen your back. So drop your hips. You can feel the lower part just come back down to the floor. Bring your legs towards you. And then release and relax your left leg. Bring your right foot to the ceiling. It's parallel to the ceiling and your shins perpendicular. And then you just pull down. And you know, if your flexibility is greater, you can bring that knee out and bring it closer to the floor. If you don't have much flexibility, it'll just bring it as far as you can, as long as you keep the alignment right. And release your right leg and do it to the left. Foot flat to the ceiling, shin perpendicular, bring it down. And release that. Bring your arms around. We'll squeeze and rock. And legs up. As you bring your legs up, if you've got a block at home, if you have your own things, you can just bring a block right underneath your sacrum. If you don't have a block, you probably have a book or two or a pillow, right? So that you can just bring those hips up just a little bit higher than your shoulders. And your hands are going to go out to the side and you're just going to bring them up. Your legs relax. Your shoulders relax. Your belly softens. Your chin tips just a tiny bit towards your chest. And you just take a nice couple of breaths here. Last breath. Bend your knees, bring your foot down, then the other foot down. Take anything you've got underneath you away, set it aside, and take a nice big breath and drop yourself back into a Shavasana. Let your feet flop open, let your arms come open, let your shoulders relax, your head gets heavy. Relax your chest and your belly. Legs and feet. Soften your breath, allowing for just a chest breath.
Slowly and gently bringing your awareness back. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Rock your head from side to side. And then deepen your breath. Feel your belly just fill with air and exhale it all the way out. Maybe you want to do that one more time. Nice full big breath. And then pull your knees up to your chest and rock onto your right side. As you bring yourself into your embryo position, pull your knees up pretty tight so that you can round your back and feel yourself really tucked in. Pause there for another breath. And then as you're ready, move back up into a seated position. As you come into the seated position, we're going to pause here now for meditation. 2-minute meditation. So align your legs and your back and get yourself pretty comfortable, right? So you can sit for a moment and think about the meditation just being on your breath. Feel the sides of your feet and your legs and your hips all connect. Rise up through your spine, roll your shoulders back, close your eyes, and then just breathe. Notice the breath moving gently into your lungs and out of your lungs. Let the breath be whatever the breath wants to be, so don't force anything. Just breathe. Slowly and gently bringing your awareness back. Taking a nice tall seat. And I'm just going to unmute you all. So that we can hear the Om together. Into that tall seat, we'll complete our practice today with one big so, arms out and take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart. Inhale to chant. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dana.
Have a good day. Remember
Thank you
that.
so much.
You're welcome. Lorena's going to be doing her yin practice from home tomorrow. She has a different meeting number, but it's on the email that I sent. And other than that, stay grateful. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hannah.
Bye,
Thank
Dana.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Dana.
You're so welcome.
Thank
Bye.
you.
That was kind of really short for you.
Anna, my cats joined the yoga session today.
I thought I saw a kitty. Just out of my corner of my eye, I saw this cat walk across.
Both of them. I gotta walk them up.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Dana. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good day, you guys.
All right, I gotta go tell the computer. Yeah, please.